People always called me careful in relationships. Careful Craig I never rushed into anything until I was certain. That changed the day I met Vanessa. After 2 years together, I finally proposed, and our engagement party was scheduled for last Saturday at her father's country club. Vanessa's family was wealthy, serious old money. Her dad, Gerald, an investment banker, had always looked down on me. I run a landscaping business. Not exactly the high-powered financier he'd imagined. For his daughter, the party was in full swing, champagne flowing, smiles polished. When I realized Vanessa had vanished, I searched through the crowd weaving past clinking glasses and hollow small talk, and found her in the coat room wrapped around her ex, Devon. They were kissing like teenagers, completely oblivious to me. Devon spotted me first, his eyes widening, but he didn't move. Vanessa turned and, instead of guilt, she rolled her eyes. Seriously, Craig, it's just a goodbye kiss, she scoffed as if it were the most reasonable thing in the world. We have history. When I didn't answer, she snapped. God, don't be such an insecure loser. Devon and I dated for years. We're just getting closure. Devon leaned casually against the coat rack, smirking. Yemen, don't make this weird. Something inside me. Shut off. I nodded, forced a tight smile, and walked away. As I left, I heard Vanessa's sharp, panicked voice. Don't you dare make a scene. I didn't. I slipped out, grabbed my jacket, and drove home, my phone buzzing nonstop with texts from Vanessa. Claimed I was embarrassing her, that her father was furious. I turned the phone off, packed my essentials, and by 2 a.m. my SUV was loaded. I left the engagement ring, my grandmother's, on the kitchen counter, with a simple note, goodbye kiss. Crashed at my buddy Tyler's. He greeted me with a cold beer and a spare bedroom. The next morning, dozens of missed calls, a flood of texts, and a single voicemail from Gerald greeted me. His voice a low growl, demanding I call him back to fix the disaster. Instead of a shouting match, I focused on action, not drama. Moved the rest of my things while Vanessa was at work, left my house key beside the ring, and contacted our wedding vendors to cancel everything. Despite Gerald's wealth, I insisted on paying my share, so canceling was smooth. Some vendors even offered partial refunds once I explained. Vanessa's messages shifted from fury to pleading. Please talk to me. It wasn't what it looked like. We need to discuss this. His face, the most revealing one, read. Devon means nothing to me. He was just, don't throw away what we have over something so stupid. I finally replied, I'm not throwing away what we had. You already did. She showed up at my job site days later, her white Mercedes screeching to a stop. Ignoring my client, she marched over, voice sharp. You need to stop this childish silent treatment. She hissed. We're getting married in 4 months. I led her to her car. We're not getting married, I said calmly. I've already cancelled the vendors. Her eyes widened. You what? You cancelled everything? Can't. My father's invited his business associates. Then I guess you and Devon will have to figure something out. She slapped me hard. Enough for my client to notice. Her face twisted with rage. Screw you. I was going to say it was a mistake. That Devon caught me off guard, but now, I'm glad you saw. You never deserved me anyway. She stormed to her car. As she drove off, I muttered. Funny, you're more upset about the cancelled wedding than losing me. No response. Later, Gerald called, controlled tone this time. Sarah, he began. We need to discuss this situation. There's nothing to discuss. Don't be hasty. Everyone makes mistakes. Vanessa is very sorry. Sorry it happened, or sorry I saw it. After a pause, he said, "Look, I understand you're hurt, but perhaps we could arrange to make this go away quietly. Are you trying to bribe me to marry your daughter after she cheated?" "I wouldn't phrase it that way. I'm offering compensation for your emotional distress." I laughed and hung up. 2 weeks passed. Vanessa blocked everywhere. I didn't let her keep the ring. Family heirloom. Told a few mutual friends what happened only when asked. After I rejected Gerald's offer, he showed up at my office unannounced. My assistant looked uneasy fetching me. Gerald sat in our reception, out of place in his suit. "We need to talk," he said. "In my office," he got straight to it. "I've researched your business," he said with a thin smile. "You've done well, considering your background. What do you want, Gerald? You have equipment loans. You bid on the Westview Park project. I sit on the board that approves those bids." My stomach tightened, but I stayed calm. "Are you threatening me because I won't marry your cheating daughter?" Gerald leaned back, tone cold. "I'm simply pointing out that actions have consequences. Vanessa made a mistake. One kiss. And now you punish her by humiliating our family." "One kiss that I happened to see," I corrected. "And I'm not punishing anyone. I'm protecting myself." Gerald leaned in, his eyes sharp. "Be reasonable. The wedding can be postponed, not cancelled." I stared at him, my voice steady. "Are you so desperate for this wedding to happen? You never even liked me." Something flickered in his eyes, a flash of genuine worry. "Vanessa wants this marriage," he said firmly. "No, she wants a wedding. There's a difference." As he left, his words echoed in my mind. I called my friend Marcus, who worked for a firm handling Gerald's company contracts. I had a feeling this wasn't just pride. It was control, and I wasn't playing his game. When I first asked Marcus to check into Gerald Bennett's company, I didn't expect much. Just a hunch. An hour later he called back, his voice low. "Man, how did you know? It's not public yet, but there are whispers about discrepancies in their quarterly reports. The SEC is sniffing around." Suddenly Gerald's forced smile and tense grip during our last conversation made sense. He needed the wedding to project stability, a facade of control, while his business teetered on the edge. I shot him a quick text. "I know about C." He didn't respond. The next morning, my bid for the Westview Park project was approved. Meanwhile, Vanessa spun a different tale, telling mutual friends I had been controlling and insecure, that she escaped an emotionally suffocating relationship. When a few reached out concerned, I simply told the truth. Caught her kissing her ex, and I walked away. Then the real twist hit. Devon's girlfriend, Ariel, reached out to me on Instagram. Her message was short but explosive. "Devon's been cheating on me with Vanessa for months. It wasn't just a goodbye kiss." She shared screenshots of messages stretching back half a year. Texts, hotel bookings, future plans. In one message, Vanessa had written, "Craig is just a stepping stone. He has the right connections for my design business. Once I'm set, we can be together." Felt like a punch to the gut, but also a strange relief. The truth was clearer now. We met for coffee too. People piecing together their shattered realities. Ariel showed me every message, every damning piece of evidence. Turned out, the night before my engagement party, Devon promised Ariel he'd end things, so he and Vanessa could finally be together. That kiss I stumbled upon wasn't a farewell. It was a celebration of their deceit. "What are you going to do with this?" Ariel asked, still reeling from heartbreak. I sipped my coffee and looked out the window at the rain streaking down. "Nothing," I said. "The truth has a way of surfacing." And it did. Days later, Vanessa's best friend, Jessie, reached out. "I can't believe what she did to you. she whispered over the phone. She's telling everyone you were controlling, isolating her, even manipulating her finances. He sighed. The absurdity almost comical. She can say what she wants, I replied. No. The truth, and now so do you. Jessie paused. I sent you an email, she added, tone shifting. It was an invitation to Vanessa's so-called freedom celebration, a party marking her new start. The guest list included Devon. I forwarded the invite to Gerald. No message, just a silent reminder of what his daughter had become. 10 minutes later my phone rang. Gerald's voice. Tight, controlled, rage barely contained. What do you want? He demanded. I just smiled. Nothing. Just thought you should know what your daughter's been up to while you try to salvage your empire. He hung up without another word. I didn't attend Vanessa's party, of course, but Jessie filled me in later. Gerald showed up uninvited, catching Vanessa and Devon getting cozy on the dance floor. What followed was a scene fit for a soap opera, a shouting match in the parking lot. Gerald dragged his daughter outside as guests whispered behind crystal glasses. A week later news broke. Gerald's company was under federal investigation and their stock nosedived 60% in a single day. Vanessa reached out with a desperate, rambling email about mistakes, regrets, and needing support during this difficult family time. I never replied. Devon ghosted her as soon as the money dried up, later trying to win Ariel back, claiming Vanessa pursued him relentlessly. She wasn't having it. As for me, things turned around. The Westview Park project was a hit, leading to more contracts. My business grew. I hired new staff, moved into a bigger office. I even started seeing someone, Eliza. We met for coffee not long after this mess. And it felt different, simple, honest. One night, at a cozy corner bistro, Vanessa walked in with friends. She spotted me, came over, forced smile. Craig, she said, trying casual. We should talk sometime for closure. Before I could respond, one of her friends called. Vanessa, your dad's on the phone. He says, it's urgent. Her face paled. She mumbled an excuse and hurried off, smile slipping into panic. Eliza watched. Murk. So that's the famous Vanessa. Chuckled. That's her. Last week, Gerald pleaded guilty to securities fraud. The country club where our engagement party was held is now on the auction block, along with his other assets. Jessie told me. Vanessa had to give up her dream of a design studio and move into a smaller place. She still talks about me, apparently. You're the one who got away, Jessie said. I shook my head. I'm not the one who got away. I'm the one who walked away. There's a difference. Now I live a quieter, more fulfilled life. I've adopted a rescue dog, a loyal lab mix, named Remy. And my grandmother's ring sits in its box, waiting for the right person. Maybe that's Eliza. Maybe it's someone I haven't met yet. No rush. Sometimes the worst moments are just the beginning of a much better chapter.